Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I'll be doing an update or part 2 to the story I covered a couple days ago, which is titled, Wife Betrayed Family to Service Her Boss, Now Begging Husband Not to Do What She Fears the Most. And a shout out to Paul for letting me know there was an update here. And guys, as a recap, this is about the husband and father who's done with his wife, as the end of the last video told us. After, I think, 14, 15 years of marriage, she's cheating with her boss. And our guy was in a major dilemma because the hardest part about the whole thing was the kids. The teenage children, 13, 15 years old. And he was back and forth debating telling the kids the truth, but ultimately decided, and through the advice of his lawyer, tell the kids, be fully honest, because otherwise you're going to hurt them more, blah, blah, blah. And he's done with her. And of course, his wife, as you all recall, is someone who takes her reputation very seriously, which made him realize, hey, I got leverage. I got leverage here that, okay, I'll keep it quiet, but you better give me very favorable terms in the divorce. Ha, ha, ha. Well, anyhow, we're going to go through our update, what's going on with him. And before I get into it, there's a few questions that people had asked him at the end of the last video, and he commented. I'm going to read those first because it's important connecting the last video as what the last update into the current and possibly the final update here. So somebody asked him from the last video, what exactly did your wife say when she confessed to you? It's a good question. He says she confessed. She talked for about 15 minutes. I listened to her. She said she knew I was aware of what happened. She said she could feel it and that her affair partner had also told her that he had been kicked out of the house and that I probably knew everything. Honestly, I do believe her when she says she sensed it because I couldn't completely hide my emotions and act totally normal since Friday. Remember, our guy found out about this because the affair partner, his wife's affair partner's wife, tracked him down and told him. After she finished saying what she needed to say, she asked me to tell her something. The only thing I said was I need her to leave me alone and change beds. Since then, we haven't really had any communication, except that she sends me messages during the day. And like I mentioned, once the kids go to sleep, she comes over to my door asking if we can talk. Another question somebody had was, what is she saying when she asks for another chance? Oh, this should be good. About the second chance, she's trying to explain to me that she was living two different lives. One was a fantasy without children, and another when she says she loves me 100 times more with me and the kids. Yeah, I can tell that she loves this guy 100 times more than the other guy. She said that she knows she wasn't normal, that she needs psychological help, and she'll do whatever it takes to get another chance. But honestly, I don't want to listen to any of that crap right now. Good for you, because it is crap. Oh, okay, so is that the new avenue that cheaters are going to take? I got psychological problems, therefore it's a mental disorder, so technically it's not my fault that I cheat on you. That's going to be the new one. And last question before I get into the update. This guy says, what finally made you decide to tell the kids? I decided that I'm going to tell my kids. Last night before going to bed, I had a brief conversation with the other wife, and she told me how everything went with her kids. According to her, they are extremely angry with their dad, but they're still laughing, spending time with their friends, and otherwise functioning normally. Well, those are her kids. Completely different with his kids. I don't believe she's lying to me because up to this point she has been completely honest with me, and that is the reason I even found myself in this situation. I don't know why everyone assumes that if I tell my kids, I'm going to tell them every explicit detail. I am not. I'm simply going to tell them that their mother had an affair and that I have hired a lawyer. Yeah, I agree. They don't need to know all the fucking details, and they can certainly get the gist by him saying, what's been going on. My lawyer advised me to have the conversation with the kids without my wife present so that she cannot influence them emotionally with tears or interrupt their discussion. Of course, do not tell, no way. She'd be bawling her eyes out. She told me that I should answer every question that they have myself, not let my wife answer for me, and if necessary, show them some evidence, such as messages from my wife sent me apologizing and asking for another chance. Only after that does my lawyer recommend that the kids speak with their mom, and ideally, I should not be present during that conversation. This is her advice based on her experience handling divorce and family law cases. Listen to your lawyer. Now, here's the update. He says, I'll post an update so people don't need to keep commenting and give me advice, blah, 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 blah. I told them. Just the three of us. Obviously, my kids were shocked. They had a lot of questions and demanded that I not lie to them. See? They want to know. Kids are going through the hell now of a divorce and a broken home and all that, and we understand why the dad's doing it. The last thing they need is to think they can't trust their dad, you know? They want to know absolutely everything. I would not be giving them tips and pictures of her doing God knows what. Where, when, who, the affair partner's name, his wife's name, what they look like, the messages, etc. I didn't tell them everything, but I did tell them the basic details like where it happened, when it happened, and why, according to my wife. That's reasonable. I thought my son would be extremely angry and my daughter would be emotional. But the opposite actually happened. My son was very calm and told me that he had already suspected something like this, so he was mentally prepared. See? Kids freaking know. And I mean, they're 13, 15. They're not little kids. They're teenagers. Parents are always shocked at how much their kids, children, teenagers know. Come on, they're not dumb. He just thought that I had done something wrong. Hearing that obviously made me even more relieved that I had told them. My daughter, on the other hand, was absolutely furious with my wife, and for the first time I heard her use some very harsh language. You know, the daughter was dropping some B-bombs or some C-bombs about the freaking mom. Yeah, well, when the daughter, the little girl, loves her dad, oh, pure venom goes the way towards the cheating mothers. They asked me about the divorce, and I told them that, for now, that is my plan. They took that very hard, but we are taking it day by day. I brought them home and then left them so they could go talk to their mother privately. Oh, boy. Everything I'm about to say is based solely on what the children told me because I neither saw nor heard any of it myself, but according to them, they yelled at her for a long time. She deserves it. My son contacted her parents and told them what happened. Whoa! He said that he actually called them in the previous few days asking what was going on, and they apparently did not know. What I find very strange is that they never called me afterwards to ask what was happening. There you go. The in-laws are taking sides. Be prepared for that. Anyway, her parents immediately told her to come stay with them, and the children told her to leave the house. I spoke with her parents. They were absolutely devastated. They can't believe what happened, and they are worried about how this will affect her, but also the children. Didn't say worried about him. How are you doing, Bill? They ain't asking Bill how he's doing. But this is good. I'm glad she's out of there. They asked me about the divorce. I told them that was the plan. I immediately realized that I probably shouldn't have said that because they will obviously pass the information on to her. Obviously. But I wasn't exactly in the best mental state at the time. I haven't seen her. She left before I got home, and from what I can tell, she only took a small amount of clothing, and that is it. Meaning she'll be back. She hasn't contacted me at all since last night. No calls, no messages. She did call our daughter, but our daughter refused to answer. That's basically it. Honestly, I feel much better, and I'm glad I told them. Good. Get that over with. You know, it's off his chest. Now they know, everybody knows, and you can begin the process of moving on, eventually healing. And it ain't going to be overnight. The idea that my children might blame me for her affair and for the possible divorce was something I could never accept. A huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. It is also much easier now that I don't have to pretend in front of the kids that everything is fine. Exactly. And your kids, although hurt, will appreciate that they can at least know, hey, Dad is truthful. I can believe Dad. They know they can't trust Mom. And if both the kids think they can't trust either their parents, disaster. That's when teenagers start doing really stupid-ass shit that could destroy their lives. Obviously, they are taking this very hard. They are extremely angry with their mom and are saying things like they'll never speak to her again, which is understandable at that point. Some people have been messaging me saying that she betrayed only me and not the children. Smack to those people. What a load of crap. Who are these dumb motherfuckers? You bet your ass she betrayed the kids. Because look what's happening because of her actions. But I don't agree with that. How did she not betray them when she betrayed the father and their family? That way of thinking makes no sense to me. Thankfully, there is no school right now, so they have time to process everything and spend their time however they want. Keep an eye on them, Dad. Keep an eye on them, because they can start to deal with their emotions in a bad way, even though they know they can count on you. It is very important to them that nobody finds out about this because they are embarrassed and worried about what their friends might say. I promised them that nobody would know except my lawyer, and that I wouldn't even tell my best friend. My lawyer's happy with how I handled things. She said she'll need until Tuesday to gather info and investigate everything regarding the assets, and then we'll have a meeting in her office. Okay, great. This is moving along quickly. And I have a hard time believing this is going to stay quiet, especially depending where they live. Things get out. You'd be amazed. The best way to keep a secret is to keep it to yourself. But obviously, I would say probably the way it's going to spread is going to be either the parents or the wife. That's how it's going to spread. The other wife has been informed. She's extremely happy. She isn't even hiding how pleased she is that my wife's world has fallen apart. I don't blame her. She's planning to contact the company next week and inform them about the affair involving her husband and my wife. I'm a little confused about why she's waiting and how exactly she plans to do it. Although she told me she knows her husband's supervisor. I'm not sure what her plan is if that person tells her that nobody is going to be fired. She keeps saying that she has everything under control and knows exactly what she's doing, but she doesn't tell me all the details. No, she doesn't. She informed you, and it's important that this guy knows that she's been helpful in that way, but this wife of the guy who's been banging his wife is going to do what's best for her plans. And this guy's wife may get fired, and that can impact things in the divorce. Maybe she doesn't trust me enough to share everything. I don't know. Either way, she's moving forward with huge steps while I'm still in complete shock. That is it for now. You don't need to give me any more advice. I have read practically every comment, and thank you all for your support. So there you go, guys. It was a quick update. Nothing too crazy there, but he's done it. He's told the kids. That's a massive step, and now he's moving on. And I'm glad the wife is out of the freaking house. Thank God for that, because it's going to be so much more difficult. You know, if she's in there and the kids are going to be pissed off at her and it's going to be tense, this allows him to move on. So I definitely think that there's going to be more than a few updates here. And in a situation like this, all a guy can do is take it one day at a time. But the thing is, being a strong father, not only does he have to be strong for himself to get through this whole thing as quickly and painlessly as possible, but he's really got to step up for the kids. Not that he doesn't step up for the kids anyway, because they don't trust their mother. And things like this with teenage emotions and hormones and everything, something like this, kids can really act out. You know, they can start drinking, they can start doing drugs. All of a sudden they're getting piercing and tattoos. They're raising hell to distract them from all this, you know. So he really has to pay attention and do his best. But again, he can't be everywhere at once. He can do his best. So I really wish this guy the best. And we shall see. And I keep saying the word fucking best. Best. So anyhow, guys, you see any updates from this guy in the future, let me know. And I'll definitely cover it. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And, guys, you got a good story that you want to share, or you found something good online, Reddit, articles, whatever, send it my way, strongsuccessfulmail@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.